So I have a question for you today. Who here has ever heard of the golden rule? Okay, so I see most hands up. But for those of you who haven't, or for those of you who need a refresher, here's what it is. The golden rule says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Or in easier language, treat others the way you want to be treated. Now, this advice is, in fact, golden. It has come in quite handy a few times in my life, and it's a great checkpoint for when you're figuring out if you should do something or not. Like when I was younger and my little brother would annoy me, he would frustrate me so much that I would want to get back at him. I know, you just can't imagine it, right? No. So I thought maybe I would hide his favorite toy so that he couldn't find it. But would I want someone to hide my favorite toy from me? No. So maybe I shouldn't do that to him. Or when I got a little older, some of you might relate, I was driving somewhere in a hurry and I get behind a car that's going super slow. Yeah, nods, I see, okay. Should I beat my horn at them and tell them to hurry up? Would I want someone to beep their horn at me? No, maybe they're just learning to drive, okay? So there are so many situations where you can use the golden rule to help you figure out if something is a good idea or not. But then I learned about something new, a new rule to live by. I know, exciting, right? Well, this one is called the platinum rule. And that's because platinum is a kind of metal that is more rare and therefore more valuable than gold. So maybe this means that the new rule should be held a little bit higher. So the platinum rule says, do unto others as they would want done unto them, or treat others the way that they want to be treated. Right? Mind-blowing. And the thing about it is, it's great advice because we're all different and we all want and need different things. For example, I don't eat meat, but I know that there's going to be some pulled pork at the bake sale after church today. Now, if someone who was trying to be nice to me bought me a container of pulled pork because they liked pulled pork, that would in fact be very nice of them. But they would be treating me the way that they wanted to be treated, not the way that I want to be treated. Now, if they didn't like peach cobbler, but they bought me some of that peach cobbler out there, now that's how I would want to be treated. It's not a hint or anything. So today in service, we're going to talk a little bit about how to show love to people, mostly outside of our church community. But I think that within our church community is a great place to start talking about the platinum rule. Here's why. We all feel welcomed and we all feel love in different ways. But the thing that feels the most welcoming or the most loving to you may not feel welcoming to someone else. Now, me and my partner, Mr. Travis, are a great example because I am a hugger. I love hugs. And I could know someone for 5 minutes or 5 years, and either way, if they open up their arms, I'm coming in for a hug, probably gonna hug them back most of the time before COVID. But it's rare for me to turn down a hug. And being hugged makes me feel loved, makes me feel like someone is really happy to see me or to get to know me. Mr. Travis, on the other hand, is not a hugger. He likes a good wave, right? Maybe one of these head nod things. Yeah. Maybe even a nice crisp high five sometimes, but not a hug. So if our welcoming committee got together and said, we all really love hugs, and from now on, when someone walks through the door on Sunday morning, we hug them. The committee, I heard an oh no, because the committee, in fact, would not be treating each other the way that the committee wants to be treated, but someone like Mr. Travis or the oh noer out there would feel very uncomfortable and probably not very welcome or loved at all. Travis says, please don't hug me. And the community's like, but we have to hug you because that's how we show love, right? No, because when we apply the platinum rule, we realize that the best thing to do is to welcome people and to love them the way that is most comfortable to them, not necessarily what would be best for you. So if the committee instead said, let's welcome people in the way that is welcoming to them, then some people might get a hug, some people might get that high five, some people might get a wave, and Mr. Travis would get some of these, right? Yeah. And sometimes we simply just have to ask what someone might want or need. So as we listen to ways that people have used the platinum rule, ways people have shown love by helping people with what they need, not just in the way that the helper wanted, my challenge to you this week is to try out the platinum rule in your own life and see how it works for you. See how it feels to treat someone the way that they want to be treated. And my guess is you will see that this advice is definitely beyond golden. Let's head to class.